Hi, my name's No Shad, some of you guys know me as Shimon, and this is Spurs Video Podcast. Wow, we're fourth, but for how much longer? First of all, a massive congratulations to Wigan. Um, I felt really bad a couple of weeks ago when we actually drew against Wigan. I thought we hurt their chances of avoiding relegation, and one of the reasons I felt that way because I've always liked Roberto Martinez. He's always got Wigan punching well above their weight, and I wish I'd seen them to watch like FA Cup final. I was actually out yesterday, but that's how it looked like over the FA Cup final. But I'm sure I wasn't alone there. But to see them win, given all they had, and to give Man City, at a very expensive time, and probably end up calling Mancini a sack. Can't say, it's just very, it's a very satisfying thing. And like I said, I've always had respect for Roberto Martinez. So so therefore I've got to balance it out with from a manager I have a lot of respect for to a manager I have absolutely no respect for, and that is Mr. Pardew, who not for the first time is trying to screw over our chances of Champions League. Although back then when he was West Ham boss, it kind of made sense. You want to win all your games, but when you come out and say, do you know what? I don't care if we get thumped 4-0 by Arsenal. Wow, how stupid are you? I mean, you can think it. Oh yeah, because I don't get where this enmity between Newcastle and Spurs came out. All I can think of was Stephen Carr, and us, I don't know, beating Newcastle at St James's or whatever they call it now, the Sports Direct Stadium, and so you know that caused Bobby Robson to get fired. But I think a lot of it was to do with I think Stephen Carr leaving us to go to a bigger club. He was running his contract down. But that's great. But I think Stevie Carr, generally that's something that always really pissed me off, and it always has a sad taste in my mouth. I think that's what started. That's what started a little bit of enmity between us and the old Newcastle. The old Newcastle. And I don't know. I think that's where it's gone down from. But let's focus on today's game. Um, it was inevitable that they would actually score from a free kick or a set piece. The fact that Charlie Adam had a huge involvement in the game wasn't surprising. And I love the fact that Spurs saying, we know what you are, Charlie, we know what you are. I remember, this is the guy that Harry Redknapp tried to sign for us, what was it, 2 seasons ago? Was it 2011? That's when Blackpool came up. And none of us wanted him. And then he went to Liverpool, was no great shakes to Liverpool, and then he's at Stoke now. And he's doing alright at Stoke, but that's his level. So it's incredible on a day that because they're doing this thing about Harry, was it Alex Ferguson in retiring, and all the great signings he did, and all the kind of duff signings he did. And there was a period when he went for a whole bunch of duff signings. Was it Cleverson, Jemba, Bellion, was it Liam Miller? I think it's that guy from Celtic. And I just thought, well, Harry, although he's meant to be a weird dealer, he can get loads of good players. Let's not forget Florian Radichoyu and Paulo Futre, and I just thought, oh my God, Jim, he would have been pardoned. Adams would have been pardoned. Charlie Adams. I'll say Jimmy Adams. Then he's a cricketer, isn't he? But yeah, I thought that Charlie Adams. It was a bit of a nasty challenge. I think he could have got away with the warning, but the second challenge, that's just plain stupid. You're already on a booking. He's not going to be in a threatening place, and And to be totally fair, people say, "Oh, the Charlie Adams changed everything." No, not really. They had one shot on target, one shot on goal. I don't know, say 2 shots, because they missed a couple in the second half. But up until that first half, they only had one shot on target. We were kind of rocked, and I don't know why we do this zone defense set pieces. I think zone's the way to go if the game's fluid, is in motion. But man to man, especially set pieces, where everyone's in a fixed position, always go that way. But what the hell do I know? I'm not a professional footballer, and obviously, it's really strange because they're doing this thing. There's a secret, is it the Guardian or whatever? That secret footballer when they talk about stuff and how and there's guys always slating fans. I'm saying, do you know what? We have an opinion, and that's my opinion. Shoot me. I thought Hugo Lloris, there was a bit of bombardment. I thought he looked a bit wobbly, but let's face it, Stoke are that kind of team that will get in your face. And I've got to give credit to the referee, actually. The referee, we're having a lot of good luck with referees, but for the first time, this referee was saying, look, you're on he actually wasn't afraid of Stoke's reputation. He said, look, I'm going to book you. If you start doing this shit, I'll book you. And there's a moment, I'll tell you what, there's a really funny thing. Ade was very lucky to get sent off because he doesn't, I wouldn't say butts heads, but he gets, kind of in the face of Ryan Shawcross, because Ryan Shawcross just like shoulder barged him in the back, totally off the ball, and I'm like, wait a minute. And the referee, I don't think, sees this, and so I think definitely Ryan Shawcross should be brought to account on this, because, and he just turns around, what the hell was that about? And thank Gareth Bale just like dragged him, pulled him out of the way, and Ade scored the winner. Do you know what? I'll tell you something very interesting. I was having nothing but contempt for Clint Dempsey for the first 20 minutes, because he did give away the free kick, and there were moments where I was like, oh man. But then I give the guy credit. He scored the equaliser and set up the winner. I don't always like Clint Dempsey, and I like the guy. I can't fault him for his effort and his application, and he's a good footballer. He's just not a top four side footballer. That's just my feeling on the matter. Again, go with whatever you think is best, but I just don't see him. If we can get, obviously with Townsend showing his ability on the wings, and if we get a couple of good strikers in, his position is really under threat, because he's not really a winger, he's not really a striker. So if we get a decent winger in, which Townsend will be, so we don't really need him so much, because he hasn't got the pace or the skills really to play that kind of role, and he's not really a striker either. And if we get a decent striker in, I just don't see where he's going to fit in. That's just my feeling. I think he was a panic buy. Yeah, he's chipped in with some good goals. He's got about 6, 7 goals, and who knows? He might get. I don't know if he gets a hat trick next week. I still think, he's not going to stick around. But I think I think you've not got a huge amount coming out from him. I just don't see him being that kind of player where you think, man, Clint Dempsey's out. Oh man, it's gonna be a tough old game. I think that's kind of harsh to him, but that's just my feelings on the matter. I'm not gonna do it. I'm sure one of the guys in Spurs forum is gonna do rate the players. I'm not gonna really do that. There was one thing we were talking about, and again, I'd like to hear your views. And again, obviously, this depends on us getting fourth. If we are to, and where we finish up, but in terms of your new, if we were to have a new lineup, everyone's fit, who'd you play? Again, I'm going to go with, it's like a weird 4-3-3, 4-5-1 hybrid. Back for either Benny or Rose. I'd obviously be linked to Luke Shaw. For me personally, I wouldn't want to sign Luke Shaw just yet. I would rather do what Man United did, Chris Smalling. Sign him. Either hopefully hope no one else signs him, and but then obviously Chelsea are going to look to replace Ashley Cole. But say, look, Ashley Cole can stay for another year. You never know, maybe another 2 years. So I'd rather say, do you know what? Let's just try and put a pen in bed and say, look, you stay at Southampton. We care enough about you that we want you to develop, and you'll do that at Southampton. So we'll sign you at the end of the season. You may even play against us, but we want you to stay there. And then the year later, I think Benny will be 30, maybe 31, and we'll see how good Rose is or isn't. We'll see if Rose is good enough to replace Benny, and if he is, then we can bring in Luke Shaw. I think you've got Rose, Luke Shaw, Zeke Fires, who people forget can play at centre half. We got a link for the future. I think with Luke Shaw's height as well. I think he's 6'1". So again, I'm not saying he's a new Gareth Bale, although he's a left back. He's a very fast left back, and he's about 6'1". So there are comparisons to be made. But I think for me, that's what I go with. And in the three, with Sandra in the middle, then Ballet kind of on the left, and our new deep line playmaker. And it kind of goes between 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, 4-5-1, because I'd have Azza and Bale as withdrawn forwards, so the license to roam, because and they've got that ability. They can go wherever they want. 2 free players. They've got a pace to really worry. Think, oh shit, if I lose track of him, he will slip in behind. The one thing about Azza that kind of makes me doubt him as a wing forward is that he's so selfless. He would rather cross or pass than shoot, which I think is a wonderful thing. But you want him to just get a few more goals as a wing forward, and I think Bale, I wouldn't call him selfish, but there were moments where you thought, there was a moment, there was a give and go with Ade didn't take. There was a moment we could have passed to Clint, Dempsey, and Siggy as well. Again, he didn't take those opportunities. I think it's a developmental thing. He's only playing that role for the last, I think, since December. He's been playing that free role, maybe January. So it's obviously going to take a while for him to learn all the nuances and stuff like that. And I think, look, he'll look at it, and I'm sure he's a very professional athlete. He'll say, look, ADB will be in his video, his little cubby hole of, balls crossing. Go, do you know what, Gareth? I can't do the Phil. I forgot his name. The guy from Spurs, Phil Cornwall impression. He does this weird gun running thing, but he'll go, Gareth. There's something you maybe got to work on your give and go skills because you're very quick, but your peripheral vision improve your passing that way. That really opens up your game out because you've obviously got the pace, and there may be temptation to shoot, but if you can play a first time ball into a runner, it just splits the defence open. Your pace will split, make them follow you, and then if you just a little deft touch in the middle, there's a runner coming in, bam, that can be a goal for us. Again, that's a developmental thing. But Pulis, I don't know what he's going about. He goes, oh, the referee spoiled the game. He was. I'm like, no, the referee did his job this time. This time, it wasn't Chris Hoy or Chris Foy that Well, frankly, it wasn't Chris Foy, and it would have been probably even better if it was Chris Hoy because the referee did his job, and he put the players to account. Huddleston annoyed me a little bit. There were these corners. I don't get what the hell he was doing with those corners. I'm assuming he was on team orders that he worked on something and trained, but there were so many times he just gave the ball away. And again, even when they're down at 10 men, I just want him to release the ball quicker and just do something with that ball a lot more. Be a bit more incisive with your passing, but it wasn't. Congratulations to Watford. Those of you who didn't see it, man, I was flicking in between the games and shit, when they had a penalty, you're like, shit, gotta watch this. And you see it, oh shit, this and go, they'll get it, they're through Leicester. I like Leicester. I had a guy I used to work with, he's from Leicester, he was always a big fan of them. So I thought, it wouldn't, oh, and plus I always liked the Marcel Nil days. But, and then the guy, Manuel Munoz saves it, someone gets it all out, they get it all out of pitch and they score. I mean, what the fuck is that all about? But anyway, I digress. But I think one of the things the reason I'm bringing up Watford is that I think one of the players that I've been very much championing, Tom Carroll, he's actually from Watford, and if Watford did go up, then they're going to need players. They can't, they've obviously been very good with their ability to loan players in, and I think, if we can maybe say, look, would you like to take Tom Carroll? He's obviously from the area, he's got links, so it's not a problem settling in. I think it'll be a good thing for us. Obviously, they have to beat the winners of either Brighton or Palace. But, obviously Watford, it's very strange because I think a lot of Watford fans actually are Spurs fans because obviously it's Hertfordshire, so, it's natural for them to support Spurs. So I think, I think it's been a very, very interesting thing. But that's how I'm doing it. Obviously, I'm grateful Ade scored. It was probably the most easiest goal he ever scored in his life. But I didn't like this thing that I'm going to kill Arsenal, but I just think, deep on the pitch. But I'll give Andre Villas-Boas credit. He absolutely, I think he's been commented on what Pardew said, and I really despise Alan Pardew. I think part of it we despise Alan Pardew is because, Mike Ashley said, I want to bring a big name manager, and he sacks Chris Hughton, who we've always very much liked. And he brings in Alan Pardew, and I'm like, yeah. But I don't know, that's just my feelings on the matter. Anyway, really enjoyed doing this YouTubes. I'm going to give a shout out. There's a place called the Coach and Horses. It's a pub in Tottenham, and it's obviously the end of the season next week, Sunderland, and there's a big end of season barbecue at Coach and Horses. A lot of the guys from Spurs are obviously going to be there. Made some guys from Spurs Forum, and if you're going to be down there, if you like, subscribe to YouTubes. Last year at the end of the season, I did a YouTubes of Eggsy. If you still want to see that, it's actually quite a funny YouTubes. Mostly because it's Eggsy. Eggsy's a really charming guy, and his mate's fantastic. But hopefully, Dom will be there, Mr. Dom Perignon himself, and we can do a proper live YouTubes. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But it's end of season barbecue. There's a lot of guys from Spurs Odyssey, and I post about Spurs Forum and Spurs Odyssey. I tend to post more on Spurs Forum than Spurs Odyssey, but the guys I've met from Spurs Odyssey are such lovely, wonderful people, and one of them in particular, Debs, I absolutely love to bits. I love her so much. I've actually got this this a little tattoo on my leg saying not like tattooing, but in marker pen saying I love Debs. I love Debs. So yeah, this is my shout out to Debs. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the game, and yeah, definitely. Hopefully, I really want Wigan to win. A, because I like the idea of Arsenal losing. Obviously, that means Sunderland will have to come out and play against us, and so ideally the ideal result for us is a Wigan draw. But I really like Roberto Martinez. I like Wigan. Not too fond of Sunderland, to be totally honest. I thought they played very negative football. Maybe that because of Martin Neal. I'd hate Pardew to get relegated in his first season. He's not even been there that long, but their troubles long before he got there. And yeah, definitely. And I don't know. I think maybe because I really like Roberto Martinez. I mean, I don't probably couldn't care about Wigan that much, but Roberto Martinez, he gets his team playing a decent brand of football. Yeah, they just haven't got the money to help him compete. So yeah, obviously a draw will be good for us, but so a win or a draw. So definitely, I know what I'm betting on Arsenal. If I'm going to make a bet, for Arsenal, then at least that it's going to be one of those can't lose situations. If it's a draw, I'll be happy. If it's Arsenal Wigan win, I'll be happy. And if Arsenal win, obviously I won't be too happy, but I might make a bit of cash in it. I know that's a horrible thing to do, but the last time I did that, and I bet on the team to, I guess in favourable circumstances, 3 charities benefited. So, honestly, if I win, then the profits I make will go to charity. I promise. Anyway, great chance to you. I think this probably is going to be either the penultimate YouShubes or definitely, unless I do a YouTubes next week with like Dom or Eggsy or any of the guys that turn up to coaching horses. This probably will be the last YouTubes. It's been a pleasure to do these with you guys. It's a pleasure to have Kevin G and Dom helping me out with this, and Jeremy as well. And Jeremy, if you think one of the main reasons we won today wasn't because how good we were at our passing, and that's basic, because Stoke played bloody airball. But no, it was because one of the main reasons was because a guy called Jeremy Kinsella started the official matchday thread, and if you want it, that's the key to it. Him starting that thread, obviously. But cheers there, Jez, for doing that. Anyway, definitely thank you for watching these YouTubes. Maybe do some post-season, pre-season, post-season YouTubes, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, it's been a pleasure talking to you as always, and yeah, as always, come on, you Spurs.